We are at the Aftershock Music Festival with NXT champion Finn Balor. Finn, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on. It's my pleasure.
I wanted to talk to you about Evolve, the recent partnership that they have, because there are some really talented guys down there, like Drew Gulak, Timothy Thatcher, and then Zack Sabre Jr., who I know you put over in the past.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that partnership?
I think it's a great step forward for pro wrestling as a whole. I think it's very important kind of that the indie scene is kind of nourished and kind of fed. And, without the indie scene being able to thrive and, kind of be a place for younger guys to kind of, master their craft, this company, WWE, would be at like a huge deficit with regards to finding new talent. And obviously, like NXT in the last couple of years has shown that, scouting talent from the independents, like, Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn, Hideo, myself to an extent, did I mention Sami Zayn?
Mention him twice.
But, we need that independent scene to kind of help grow younger guys, and I think it's very important that WWE kind of recognise that. They've clearly recognised that with this, whatever they're doing. I'm not sure the details of what's going on with Evolve, but it's very cool to see like two companies getting to work together in a business that's really kind of, everyone just kind of fights all the time. Everyone argues all the time.
It's a little competitive.
No companies ever seem to really be friendly with each other, and I can't ever understand that. We're all trying to work towards the same goals, and we're all trying to entertain people, and we all love what we do. So why can't we all just get on? And I think it's great that Evolve are getting help by WWE. WWE will in turn be getting help by Evolve, and hopefully Zack Sabre Jr. will finally get the recognition he deserves, and hopefully he can go to NXT soon. So,
you want him at NXT?
I do, absolutely, yeah. I have a lot of friends in the business, but that's a guy that I met like when I was maybe 20, he was 16. He walked into a small little crappy gym in Kent, and right from day one we hit it off, we became friends, and you can see like the passion he had then when he was 16, and he's carried it the whole way through his life. And I think he's a credit to himself, he's a credit to his coach Andre Baker, and I'm proud to call him a friend.
Yeah. So when you were first getting your start as an indie wrestler, did you ever have any like odd jobs or anything during that time?
Oh, of course, yeah. I was a trolley boy at a supermarket, worked at a train station selling train tickets and like doing the announcements saying, next train to Belfast is on platform 2 at 7 o'clock. I had loads of little jobs. I worked at a contract cleaners where I'd done, the floor buffers for polishing floors.
Really?
Yeah, well, I fixed broken floor buffers. So I had tons of little jobs.
Those are very odd jobs.
Yeah. weird jobs,
Yeah.
But,
so everyone knows from the WWE Network specials that you're obsessed with Legos, and that you get an insane amount of fan art, but are you artistic at all?
I am, actually. When I was in school, like that was kind of the only, I was never like academic at all.
Yeah.
I was terrible at class. The only subject I was good at was art. And that was kind of the only thing I'd ever contemplated going to like college for, like after school, was art. And I'd applied for fine art, I'd applied for graphic design, but it meant moving away from my hometown to go to college, and I wasn't really that interested in it.
Wait, so you went to Japan instead?
Yeah, I know. Well, it was basically like move away from my hometown to study art, or move away from my hometown to try and become a wrestler. So, obviously, you got to follow your heart and not, what everyone says you should do. Hey, you should try and be an artist.
Yeah.
When in reality, I knew exactly what I wanted to be when I was 12 years old. So, like,
go for it.
Yeah, I'm not going to
chase your dreams.
Nothing's changed either.
Since you've been in America for a while now, do you have a good fake American accent?
Oh, totally.
Wait, is that it? That wasn't good?
Yeah, no. I don't know. I think when I go home, or when I speak to like my brothers and sister or my parents on the phone, I kind of hear some of my American accents. But then I slowly hear it disappear as well, and like the Irish accent comes back out. So some days I'll hear myself saying like garbage can or, restroom, like, which are terms we don't use in Ireland, so some of the terms I've kind of picked up, and like if I go home, like maybe for the holidays, I'm gonna get crucified by my friends and family. Like if I say, hey, where's the garbage can or where's the restroom?
Yeah.
They'll just push me,
Like, what is that?
Yeah, where's the bog, or where's the rubbish bin, So.
I was told to ask you about your driving skills. So on a scale of 1 to Jason Statham, how good are you of a driver now?
Well, I've been having my license about a year. I've had one accident.
You got one accident?
Yeah.
What was
I
it?
think that's not too bad, right? Actually, believe it or not, the accident wasn't my fault.
Okay.
So keep this in mind, right? So my dad's first car, like, I can still remember it, because like in Ireland, like, I can remember when my dad got his first car. It was a Mini Cooper, right?
Yeah.
So I said, I want to have a Mini Cooper. It's my first car, right? So I bought a Mini Cooper same as my dad.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's what Jason Statham drives in Italian Job. So.
Right? So I'm buzzing around Florida, in my little Jason Statham Mini Cooper, right? And I'm pulling up at a stop sign to make a right, and like I don't know if I like crept over the stop line a little bit, or like it's kind of a blind corner, and I'm like looking around the corner to see what's coming next, and a bus came out of nowhere, a street bus, and just smashed right into the side of me, like spun me out into the middle of the road and stuff. But thankfully no one was hurt. The bus like didn't even realise he hit me. He just went like straight past and said, "See you later." But
what happens? Does like your life flash in front of your eyes, or are you just worried that you can't wrestle anymore?
No, it was scary,
Yeah.
But it was whatever. I just kind of sat in the middle of the road, I pressed the accelerator, the car still worked, pulled it into the side. Cops came, they were great. Bob's your uncle, yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
One hit so far in a year. Not bad, right? Not bad.
I mean, it's not good either.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, fair enough.
So at NXT, you guys obviously train very, very hard. Like,
Too
are
hard.
there just every single day?
Yeah, it's too hard. I'm going to go on the record and say it's too hard.
Really?
If there's anything anybody in the outside world can do to save the NXT talent from being tortured the way they are now, it's not right. It's unjust. I'm kidding, right?
I was like, wait, tell me more. Okay.
Help us. No, obviously, like, there's a lot of training goes into what we do in the ring, and it has to be done. You can't take any shortcuts to what we're doing. So yeah, we do train 5 days a week. We are doing 3 shows a week. There is all the other media on top of that, like this, but it's got to be done. It's like putting yourself through college. Some days you got to just study all day and reap the rewards at the end.
Bailey told me that your days off are usually Sundays, and you're here doing media and wrestling.
I know, right? Yeah, it's my one day off. And I'm listening to like my favourite music in the background, like just loads of screaming and drums.
What do you usually listen to?
I normally listen to like some like ambient electro, or like some folk, or a little bit of Irish traditional music. Probably the most other end of the spectrum to what this kind of concert is. But no, it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So what is a perfect day off from the Performance Center?
Well, for me, a perfect day off would be wake up in the morning, hike straight into the hills, hike around the hills.
There's hiking in Orlando?
No, there's not.
Oh.
So there is no perfect day off. Because I'm in Orlando, so normally I just wake up late, and you've been working 6 days, so therefore you haven't done laundry or chores, and there's no food in your house, so you just end up trying to catch up on what you've missed out on the last 6 days. So it's very much full throttle with what we're doing at NXT, and there's not much time for like recreational activities or anything. So, but the payoff is in the ring. So
yeah. So you guys have been traveling a lot recently with NXT. Is there a city in the U.S. specifically that you haven't wrestled in that you'd want to wrestle in?
I have this weird curiosity with Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just seems to be maybe very similar to Ireland or something in a lot of respects, with like the trees and the nature and all that. And I'm big into nature, and maybe I could do a little bit of hiking up there or something if they fly me in maybe 2 or 3 days early. Crossed. No chance of that.
No. So I want to know, since you were in Japan for quite a period of time.
8 years.
8 years, yeah. Did you pick up any phrases, or what's one phrase that everyone should know in Japanese before they go over there?
especially in the wrestling culture, there's a phrase which is used a lot, which is "Obscala Samadis,"
Okay.
which translates into "I know you're tired, but keep going." So
That's a good
that
one.
would be a good one. So it's "Obscala Samadis," but if you were to say just "ush" to a Japanese wrestler, that's kind of that phrase abbreviated. So you say "ush," and there's a "ush." So everyone just ends up going around saying "ush, ush, 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 ush" all day.
So last question. This was
Yeah.
actually submitted on Twitter.
Yeah.
But if you only had one Lego set the rest of your life, which one would you choose to build?
Oh, I would go with one of the high street kind of city, Lego city.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a lot of colours, a lot of variety and stuff. A lot of the sets, especially the Star Wars sets,
Yeah.
they're all grey. All the blocks are grey, and it's so boring to build them. Right, like the bigger ones, like especially like the Star Destroyer or something. Like it's a great set, and when it opens up, it looks cool. It's so boring to build. Alright, so you need variety.
Yeah.
Like, the pirate ship's great. Space shuttles. I'm into space, so I like the space, even though there's a lot of white parts in that. But the city blocks are good.
Are you gonna go see Star Wars when it comes out in December?
Well, if I get a day off, I will go.
So
see
no.
it. Yeah, probably not. No.
You'll
I might
see it when it's on
comes
demand.
out on TV or something, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Finn, thank you so much for
Alright,
joining
thank you.
us.